Let's do the Times then. And AstraZeneca have withdrawn their questionable COVID vaccine. All I can say is, damn, it feels good to be a pureblood, Paul.
Well, I'm not, unfortunately. AstraZeneca.
You're not?
No, I'm not.
Get out.
I'll explain that in a minute. Yeah, that's. I had straight hair before. AstraZeneca is withdrawing its COVID-19 vaccine worldwide, citing surplus of available updated vaccines since the pandemic. The European Commission withdrew this. I wasn't aware of this. It withdrew the marketing authorisation in March, and it went into action on Tuesday this week. And according to the independent estimates, over 6.5 million lives were saved. I think that'll be brought into question in the first year of the use alone, and over 3 billion doses were supplied globally. What's not mentioned in this story, and what's not mentioned enough, I think, is the COVID vaccine injuries as a result of particularly vaccines like AstraZeneca. And you know what, if you make that stuff taboo, then all you're going to do is fuel the fires, because there are quite clearly, even if there was 1 or 2 cases of severe injury as a result of the COVID vaccine, particularly AstraZeneca, we should be talking about and understanding why. We shouldn't be hiding it now. It's 4 years, 3 years since the vaccine, but 4 years since COVID. And, you know, I've got this stuff flowing through my body. I do have a dose of AstraZeneca in there, you know.
So sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Sorry, mate, yeah.
I mean, yeah, they admitted there were rare side effects, as they called them, finally. And I just think, you know, as a friend of mine put it on X today, no one regrets not having the vaccine. Never met anyone who regrets not having it.
No.
That's just my personal opinion. It's not the view of GB News or anyone. Scott, what do you think?
Well, I guess a thrombosis, blood clots, are one of the side effects of AstraZeneca, but they're saying it has nothing to... That's not why we're withdrawing. It has nothing to do... Look away. I'm still... You know, I got the double dose in California, and I'm still angry at myself.
It doesn't seem like you, Scott. You seem like iconoclastic, rebel
I wanted
type.
to travel. I wanted to go back to yoga class, and my husband was getting it, and everyone was getting it. And then a friend of mine made my appointment for me, so I just showed up, and it was so exciting, and everybody lined up, and look at us all joining in together. And I just, I'm such a fool. You know, I've met several people on the road in Europe and in the U.S. Many, many people have side effects, mostly blood diseases. And I think that it left me with a couple of lingering, although I was a bit of a git already. I think it could
Were you gay
amplify
before?
my gitness.
Were you gay before?
Yes, I was, but now I hate myself for being. Now I just feel like I can't believe I gave in. What a fool!
As Alex Jones said, it's turning the flipping comedians gay. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not trying to boast about it, but it's a great time to be a misanthropic, contrarian loner who was just like, no, I'm not getting it.
Scott made a really good point.
Now my blood is so pure.
I'm so pleased that you are a pure blood. But Scott made a good point. Scott said that he wanted to go back to yoga and travel, but what we do forget is we were told that you would be essentially a social pariah if you didn't have the COVID vaccine, whatever one it was. And if you needed to travel for work, or if you wanted to be a comedian and go out in places, there were actually promoters out there who wanted to see vaccine passports.
They wanted to test you when you walked in the club. That happened in California.
Yeah. It took an iron will, guys, to not take the vaccine.
I know.
And
also, your career is already over. But the thing is, I could have gotten a certificate over that thing, is that letter you could have gotten that said that you are exempt.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't work harder.
You should have got one of Leo's dodgy certificates, but let's